So you're sitting in your RV and you've listened to all your tapes over and over again and it's driving you nuts. You need to listen to something different, but your 8-track player is just an 8-track player, doesn't have a radio. You might want to get one of these. This is a AM/FM radio adapter for 8-track players that don't have a built-in tuner. This one's made by GW Electronics. It's an older one. At least you can tell a little bit about the time it was built, because not only is it an 8-track adapter, but it has provisions for being played in a 4-track player, and 4-track pretty much died out by the mid-60s, mid to late 60s. This unit is somewhat self-powered. It's got a 9-volt battery behind the little hatch here that you can open up. There's a switch here, and you can just make out the metal contact here and one here. If you put it into a 4-track player, when the pinch roller flips up, it turns the power on by when the pinch roller assembly hits this. And if you put it into an 8-track player, when it goes in and the retaining wheel hits this, it turns the power on. It doesn't have a built-in antenna. It has provisions for an antenna on the front, and you would use a plug like off one of your wall warts. It would need to be the right size. This little doodad changes the frequency, this little knob. And this is actually a button here, this red thing, and that switches between AM and FM. And I'm assuming it probably had an LED or a light bulb in it, or has, but it's not working. It probably is supposed to light up red when you hit a stereo signal on FM, but it doesn't. And I used this quite a bit a few years ago, and AM and FM worked good, but when I found it in my storage bin there and put it back in use, the FM works really good, but the AM is not bringing in anything right now, which is unusual. So it's either broken, or I need to rig up a different type of antenna for AM. My antenna is just the cord cut off of a wall wart with the right size little end on it. I don't know what the number of these are called. They probably have a number designation, but it beats me. I just cut off the wall wart. I tried it in different ways so far. I tried doing a loop. It's still got both wires, positive and negative, and inside that little radio adapter it has a stud and it has a negative ground. And so I tried doing it in a loop, and I tried different things, but what seems to work best is just a horizontal line and with the ends cut off. So I'm gonna set up my camera here and we'll try it out. Back player is running on the accessory circuit, so I gotta turn the key on. This is the adapter. You can see the tape recorder is fired up, and probably doesn't show up on the camera, but the 8-track player's motor is running round in circles, round and round. Yeah. And it's FM without the antenna.
Skip, William.
No,
Actually, can back up a little bit, eh?
I should think you would.
Not too much without the antenna, so let's stick a piece of wire on there. Should work there. That's probably the Nanaimo College channel. It's around 91 megahertz.
This is your digital life.
I think it's perfectly reasonable to imagine
It's a CBC.
falling in love with a human that you
CBC
never
1, I
touched
guess.
or see.
This is Spark. cbc.ca/Spark.
Comes in pretty good. It's probably Sun FM out of Powell River. 97.3 probably. Where are they at? Courtney Coleman.
double line holding hands as I take you through 1973 in the Time Warp. Careful with the turnstiles, girls.
Getting up towards Campbell River, I think now.
The revelation of my wife's addictions alcohol was a crushing blow for me. I felt that my bride had
This is the local Christian channel.
creating a gulf that lay between us.
The last big channel usually on, unless you got a good antenna, is 101. Can't remember.
And your husband.
For rock and roll, 101.
That's why she took the chance. How military personnel interact with the field robots they use in bomb disposal.
So at any rate, it's a handy little gadget to have if you have an 8-track player without a built-in tuner. Flip it over to AM, but I haven't gotten any luck with AM lately. Something's wrong with the little tuner card, I guess. You can just hear a little static there from the 8-track player motor. So I'll have to figure out what's wrong with AM on this thing. Oops, moving the antenna over there. So that's the GW Electronics little AM/FM tuner for 8-track player.